Okay, guys, in this video, I'm going to show you the lending product we use. The main one we use is actually many, and that's one of the many benefits of investing in the States is how many kind of lending products and brokers and banks are to lend us there. But the main one we use is called the DSCR, Debt Service Coverage Ratio Mortgage. Now, why do we use that? We use that because what this lending product does is it looks at the property and the rent it generates for covering the mortgage instead of looking at our personal income or any income we have or our credit, which, as somebody who's not from Cleveland, Ohio, or usually any parts of the state, we don't have a credit that we've built up there, and they don't really know how to do the due diligence or trust our credit that we're claiming. So this is a great product. It also really lets us get as many mortgages as possible. Here in Canada, we usually get stopped out. And once we have 4 or 5 mortgages, banks start kind of looking at us funny and we got to go to other lenders. Here, we can just keep getting the DSCR. This is very normal. So I'm going to show you how the calculation would work so you yourself can see if the property you want to buy qualifies for the DSCR. Now, again, for the contacts to get these lending products, you just got to find a mortgage broker you trust. I'd recommend, joining our school group, reaching out to us. We have many that we use and we trust, and a few of them really do stand out as going above and beyond. But let us go on to here. So I'll start just by using the calculator. So a common interest rate we're seeing these days is 8%, and they're coming down. 30-year terms is very standard, and the good thing is, that's a 30-year, you're locked in for that. Let's just do like 150,000. Which is like you could get a pretty solid duplex for $150,000 in Cleveland. So that is a nice price to use. And let's see, net operating income. I'd rather do, let me just kind of roughly off the top of my head. Let's say we're doing 40% of our expenses and the rents are about 2,000. So we should be able to get about, I'll say, 1,400 times, let me times that by 12 quickly here. 1,400 times 12 is not happening in my head. 16.8. That gives us 1.72. Okay, so this is our DSCR ratio. So as long as you fill out these numbers and it comes up to greater than a 1.2, some people want to see greater than a 1.25, you can qualify. Now, first off, what is net operating income? Net operating income is the income, so the rent minus expenses, not including the loan payment, right? But the leftover amount has to be able to cover 1.2 ratio of the loan payment. Well, which is a very good ratio. It's a healthy ratio. It can definitely support paying this loan payment and having a few $100s left over as cash flow to us. Again, this is amazing. Like we didn't put in our own credit. We didn't use our own income, and we got lending. Like this is a Canadian, and what we have to do to get these kind of products and get a loan, a mortgage. It's so nice to see that this exists. As we scroll down on this page, it kind of gives you the math behind the calculations, and it says, yeah, the 1.25 is good. Some people will go down to a 1.2. Obviously, the higher this number, the better in terms of the health of your property, the strength of your cash flow. And this is a very common, types of numbers we see with a duplex in Cleveland, where, let's say this type of $150,000 property, we just bought one actually today as I'm filming this. We closed on it. We bought it for about 145. It brings in 2,200 in rents. We take about 40% of that and deduct that for our other expenses, and then we get our net operating income, and then we have the DSCR ratio. So that is how the lending works down there, and I hope that really kind of opens your eyes up to how scalable it is to buy all these properties, because we're not limited to the amount of debt we can carry there as long as we're bringing in a good amount of rent.